The increasing intensity of the battles has forced a major overhaul of tanks to regain their positions on the battlefield. Now, all the workers at the factory are working 24 hours a day. What improvements are expected? There is a main battle tank that has been attracting attention recently due to its increased production and the high expectations placed on it. Since the T-80 was introduced to the battlefield in Ukraine, it has shown remarkable capabilities, accompanying troops in various battle zones filled with uncertainty, from the constantly battle-scarred Donetsk to Vuhledar and other areas that have become true testing grounds for their combat power. These tanks have proven their toughness. However, the unpredictable battlefield has also forced weapons manufacturers to continuously innovate, with attacks coming from unexpected directions, including increasingly advanced enemy drones. Changes and improvements in tank design have become critical. Every part of the tank must be upgraded to withstand strikes from the air, whether in the form of rockets or explosions caused by long-range attacks. Not only is protection against heavy weapons needed, but also the ability to confront invisible threats, such as drones, which are increasingly endangering the safety of troops in the field. Not only in terms of protection, but the difficult terrain also adds to the challenges faced by these tanks. With their heavy weight, tanks must be able to move across hostile terrain, such as muddy areas, dense forests, or even severely damaged cities. Every route they take becomes a test of how well the tank's design can balance resilience and mobility. Therefore, manufacturers are focusing on various improvements to ensure that the tanks can survive in extreme conditions. Let's take a look at the activities inside the factory. Omsktransmash is a highly important company in the military world, focused on the design and production of various advanced weapons equipment. Here, they design command tanks, armored repair evacuation vehicles, as well as engineering machines for clearing blockades. Not only that, Omsktransmash also plays a significant role in modernizing the main battle tanks used on the battlefield. In addition, they provide training for soldiers, teaching them about the material components and training tank crews to face the challenges in the field. One can imagine how busy the activities in this factory are. The military demand for tanks is increasing, especially with the escalating geopolitical situation. In these conditions, the workforce at Omsktransmash has tripled, and everyone works full days. There is no time for rest, as every second counts to meet the needs of the troops on the front lines. The factory is now much busier than in previous years. One interesting aspect is that the workforce here is mostly made up of former soldiers, many of whom have been involved in the ongoing battles in Ukraine. For them, working at Omsktransmash is not just about personal needs, but also about making a real contribution to the troops fighting on the battlefield. A veteran, discharged from military service, revealed that his goal of working here is to support the troops on the front lines by providing them with the best equipment that can save their lives in combat. The work at Omsktransmash is highly manual and challenging. One striking example is the use of a rail crane, a large machine used to move tank chassis from one part of the factory to another. This assembly process is very hands-on, with no automated technology replacing human skill. Everything is done with precision and physical strength, demonstrating how heavy and intense the work is in this factory. However, for each worker, there is a sense of satisfaction knowing that their work will directly impact military strength and help the troops who need this equipment to survive and succeed on the battlefield. The T-80, a legendary Russian tank, is now undergoing a massive modernization to meet the BVM standards, with hopes of becoming the best Russian tank in the Army's fleet after the upgrade. Since its initial launch, the T-80 has undergone several revisions, particularly to its diesel engine and gas turbine, in order to improve its performance on the battlefield. However, at Omsktransmash, This transformation process is much more profound and spans across several important sectors. Over the past month, the team of technicians at Omsktransmash has been working tirelessly to perform various repairs and enhancements on this proven reliable tank. One of the major changes is the modernization of the fire control system, where a new sighting device has been installed to ensure higher shooting accuracy under all conditions. In addition, the protection system has also been strengthened, with the addition of dynamic protection devices around the entire perimeter of the tank, providing an extra layer of defense against enemy attacks. One of the intriguing innovations is the modification of the tank turret, now equipped with an additional protective layer called a manhole. This protection serves to strengthen the tank's resistance to external threats, reducing the likelihood of damage to critical components. Furthermore, the response to aerial threats has been taken into account, with the installation of cut screens and hanging nets attached to the tank's structure. This feature is designed to repel or at least obstruct enemy drones trying to get closer, enhancing protection against the increasing air attacks on modern battlefields. With more precise firepower, stronger protection, and maintained mobility, this modern version of the T-80 is now ready to face the challenges of future battlefields. Every detail has been examined and tested repeatedly, ensuring that this tank is not just a combat vehicle, but also a symbol of Russian military technological sophistication. Back in 2024, Uralvagonzavod, the primary manufacturer of Russian battle tanks, had also intensified efforts to enhance the production capabilities of the T-80BVM main battle tank. At that time, they made several significant improvements, including the strengthening of advanced armor and the addition of a cope cage armor layer. However, on the increasingly complex battlefield, it seems that those upgrades were not enough. The armor, which was originally expected to withstand attacks, now needs to be reinforced once again. How will the improvements at Omsktransmash perform on the battlefield? Let's wait and keep your eyes on them. Thanks for watching.